Should you become an entrepreneur? And I say yes. And if it's a service-based business, I'd say definitely go for it. So I am the owner of Endwise Construction. My name's Jake, and I'm growing this YouTube channel that I'll share the journey with you. I'll teach you what it's like to be an entrepreneur in the trades, and I'm also going to take you on some adventure builds and some builds into the backcountry. But this video is about whether you should be an entrepreneur, and I say you should definitely do it. So entrepreneurship is one of the most wild experiences. It's basically like a trust fall exercise. You're walking a path and you have no idea where your next foot's going to land, but somehow it comes, right? So when I started working for my own business about 2 years ago, and what I did was I created a backbone of a community, people that were trades, people that wanted to see me successful, my friends, and they would feed me business in the beginning. And my whole business has grown word of mouth. So if you can land one contract, I'd say go for it. Quit your job and become an entrepreneur. So jobs, typically they grow word of mouth. Every job lands me another job, right? And another job and another job. And I never know what's going to happen, but it always comes. And now I've grown my team to a few guys and spreading out more guys across different jobs. And now they're starting to grow by 2 or 3. And it's the most amazing feeling. Number one, why you should be an entrepreneur? Because if it doesn't work out, you can go take a job somewhere. But number two, you get paid way more. I get paid, for me to be on the tools as a carpenter, I get paid double what I was making before. And now as my business grows, as I make more money on markup, on materials or guys or sub trades, now my business is creating more profits that I can reinvest in the business and grow. So for example, the coolest experience with entrepreneurship is you are walking an invisible path, okay? You have no idea where the next job's gonna come, and it makes you live in the moment. So for example, this new year, I have myself and another guy working for me, and I have no idea where our jobs were gonna come from for February, mid-February. And but right now we're making good money. So live in the moment and see what happens. And I was telling my buddy, you know what, like I have work for us for the next 4 to 6 weeks. And then, but I don't know, like we'll see. And there's always this fear of losing people that work really well, that are my guys. But I want to be honest, like I'm on an invisible path and I do not know what's going to happen. And as immediately after I said that, I got a call and about 2 jobs that are all word of mouth, that as long as I can feed them a decent price, it's almost guaranteed that I'm going to get the job because I've gained the trust of one of the clients who wants me back, and one of their friends wants a job as well. And this is what it's like. So I am, my family, it's a single income family. The only way, my wife is staying home with my son right now because he's young. And the only way this could have happened is if I was an entrepreneur, because I can make enough money for us to survive. And we live in Victoria, BC, which is incredibly expensive. And we're fortunate enough to have a house, but we're essentially house broke. And so yes, so the business, if you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, I would say just go for it. Send it. Get one job, just one. That's all you need. One job and a community of other people who work in the industry, that your friends that want to see you do well. And you just got to trust. You just got to not dip your toe. You got to jump head first. And then what I've learned with social media is that it takes a lot of effort. And I grew an Instagram channel from 100 followers and a couple hundred views to like almost 900 followers. And I was getting tens of thousands of views. But I realized that it makes the most sense to be putting all of my organic content onto YouTube, because there's a potential to monetize, and that will pay for me to create content to market my business. And instead of putting all my efforts into Instagram, which there's really no ad revenue. If I grew it to a huge amount, I might get a brand deal. But with YouTube, it's quite easy. You need 1,000 subscribers and you need 4,000 hours of watch time. And that is very doable. I did that in 4 months on Instagram. About 4,000 hours, 5,000 hours of reels of watch time and about 1,000 followers. So I'd say create your organic content, put your efforts into YouTube, and then take a little bit of the nuggets and the hooks of the thumbnails and the topics and just create a reel and dump that into Instagram. But don't spend too much time into Instagram. It is trying to steal your attention, and you must stay one pointed on your vision and where you are going. So this is what I'm going to be doing on my channel. A little bit of adventuring, taking you and giving you experience of backcountry adventures, building adventures, but I also wanted to support you and tell you the truth about entrepreneurship, about social media, and I want to create a community. So feel free to write a comment of the videos that you might like me to talk about, the themes you might want me to talk about, if you need any help. So I am based in Victoria, BC, and that is on Vancouver Island on the south. This is the southern tip of Vancouver Island in the Pacific Northwest on the west coast of Canada. And the other vision that I want to share with you is how epic this place is. Like for me, I moved here as from the east, and this place just fills my cup, like it just feeds my soul. And just the things that I've been able to get into, backcountry adventures. I've done boat access only builds. I've worked on a huge tower called the Malahat Skywalk, and these just epic experiences. And I've, had a small boat, had orcas come up right beside my boat. I've had encounters with bears and wolves, and it's just so incredibly epic out here. And so, yes, we're gonna explore Victoria, which is a small city, and entrepreneurship and the thrill of that. But we're also gonna explore surfing and backcountry. I want to teach people how to, if they don't already know, how to connect with the purest of nature. Like I don't know how to put it into words really, like how much fulfillment you get from researching, developing, and executing trips into remote, wild places where the feelings that you have and the connection and the sense of adventure, it's like nothing else I've ever experienced in the world. I've traveled to many places. I've traveled as a young man around the world through many different continents, and just my own backyard of North Vancouver Island, and how wild it is and how much of an adventure it is like the greatest gift I've ever received. And it makes me so grateful to live here. And now I have my own business where I'm free to do whatever I want. This is the middle of the morning on a work day, and I can just come out here to this beach that's close to my house and make a video. And the freedom entrepreneurship gives you, and what social media might give to me, and what backcountry gives, I want to give to you. I want to help you. So subscribe if you're into this. Cheers.